All right, y'all. This one here is called Your Coworkers Are Not Your Friends. Here's why. Yeah, we're gonna get straight into this one. But first, like it before you like it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, join the team before you hit the green, and don't forget the
hype me up.
I need that.
Hype me up.
Do not become friends with people that you work with. Hear me out. Even managers, anybody. You can be cordial at work, but that's it. That's even pushing it right there. I'm here to work, make money, and leave. Because every time you make friends with people at work, it does not end right. It does not end, no. I only had this one coworker that I ever liked at any job.
You sound like you the problem.
I had a couple, but this one was like an older lady. She was black like me. And she was cool. Like, she reminded me of like my aunt, like we was cool. But other than that, like, I don't talk to anybody outside of work.
Yeah, you the problem.
Nope. Not doing it.
Here's why you should not become friends with your coworkers. So I have this weird coworker who always chews like this white gum during her shifts. And I don't know what it is, but it's like after she starts chewing the gum, her focus, her ability to actually get work done it's like enhanced. And so one day I decided to go up to her because, when I'm working, I always like get like lethargic. I get tired. I'm unmotivated. I just want to go home. So I'm like, let me get a piece of what she getting. And she gives me a piece, but she tells me to like keep it on the low. And so I'm like, keep it on the low. What do you mean?
Got coke
and she
in that
goes on
gum.
to say like that's her secret gum. Yo, I chew the gum thinking it's just a placebo. I'm not even kidding you. Within 5 minutes, my focus, my concentration, it was just honed into one thing. Like what normally takes me 3 hours to get done was done in less than 45 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. Like and so I end up asking her, I'm like, yo, where did you get this gum from? Because I need more of that. And she ended up telling me that she got it from the store, but I found it way cheaper on TikTok. Isn't that crazy, the stuff you can get on TikTok? Now, I did leave a link to this gum somewhere here in this video. It's an orange link, but I would hurry up and get it if you are wanting to get it, because apparently Joe Rogan shouted them out. So it's like they always sell out.
Your coworkers are not your friends. As someone who worked in corporate for 10 years and got burned multiple times because I am just a dummy, baby, coworkers are not your friends. There's a creator on here who was sharing her story about her coworker who manipulated her, made her think that she was her friend, and then used all of that personal information against her. And oh man, can I relate. And don't be a Black woman in corporate, because then you just have the added layer of microaggressions and being painted as an angry Black woman if you dare react, respond, or stand up for yourself. So this creator, who is Black, by the way, is explaining how she was geeking with her white coworker, and her white coworker kept asking her personal questions. How does she make money? And they're just talking about hair and makeup and just like all the girly pop things, right? Things that would essentially probably disarm a person and make you think like, oh, okay, they seem like really cool people. But then, like always, and we can always count on, a microaggression slips out and she says, you're like a proper Black girl.
Oh, I
Not
hate
the
that
other
shit.
ones, or something of that regard. We knew what she meant. And of course, once the microaggression slips
You want
out,
the good
just
ones.
the frequency changes, the energy changes. That's always going to be in the back of your pocket. It just the back of your head. It just is what it is. Now, the unfortunate part of it, the creator, the person who's telling the story and who is oversharing all this information, which I have also done as well, thinking that people were my friend, but they're not in a corporate setting. She shared with the white coworker that she's had a shmushmortion, and it just is what it is. Life happens. Not to anyone's surprise or my surprise or any Black woman's surprise, the white coworker then went to management and complained and lied and made up some stories talking about the creator who's telling the story likes to date, marry men and gets abortions because of them, and also likes to peg them. And once again, white women, you're not going to beat the allegations because this is in your genes and your DNA. Why make up the most outlandish Emmett Till style type of story? Like, this is what we're talking about. And I'm always going to continue to use Emmett Till because it's because of this dumb tomfoolery that got him unalived. And this type of stuff can really damage a person and their reputation, which she was setting out to do. Unfortunately, the creator telling the story ended up losing her job, but it was a racist situation anyway, because everyone was white. No one wanted to hear her out. She's better off in the end. She will Say the moment you get a new job, block everybody on Instagram, on all social media platforms. Do not tell them anything extra than my weekend was great, had a great time, saw some family, y yeah, take out. Because corporate is very much a everyone is for themselves type of situation. There, it just, I don't know what it is, but it's very gladiator style in there. Protect your peace, protect your pockets, and do not look at anyone in your work setting as your friend.
After like age 25, bro, I really was reluctant to like hang outside with people that I work with, you know, because like I done seen so much fake shit. It ain't even necessarily have to happen to me, man. I can see like the little clique at work hanging out, all happy go lucky. Oh my God, bestie this, bestie that. Come talk to me. Yeah, I can't stand her. Ooh, you fake. Ooh, you was just all lovey-dovey with this girl. You fake as hell. Nah, I can't. Nope. Can't do it, bro. Now, one of my best friends I met at work over 20 plus years ago. Got lucky with that one.
At anyone.
I want y'all to stop going to these people's jobs and thinking that these people are your friends. They're your coworkers. Stop telling these people your personal business. Stop allowing these people all into your personal spaces. They're your coworkers. I ensure that I am so much of a mystery when it comes to my jobs.
I bet you they hate it too.
They know what I don't mind being repeated. I don't have mess when I work. But I always hear people like, oh, these people are talking about me and they got so much to say. How can they talk about you if they should know nothing about you?
When they don't have a story, they'll make up one. That's what Denzel said.
The only thing that these people know at my jobs is my name and my qualifications. Outside of that, I keep everything very, very work related. You don't need to know what I do after work. You don't need to know who I date. You don't need to know if I'm married. You don't need to know anything. Can you draw your labs in the proper order? That's all I care about. I don't even care about your personal. And I'm not saying that some coworkers can't turn into friends, because I absolutely got some dope ass friends that were once coworkers. But what I am saying is, everybody that you work with, just because y'all share a lot of time at work, does not mean that they're your friend. So let's normalize separating your work from your personal life. And stop calling these coworkers
Family and
your
friends.
friends.
That's what they do.
Because they're not.
I hate that job with it. Yeah, we're all family here. Motherfucker died. Nigga ain't even put no money on the dude's funeral or nothing. Oh, so much for family, huh? Just, the workplace so fake and toxic, bro.
Coworkers are not your friends. I have learned this lesson many, many, many times in my days. I don't care how cool they seem at the beginning. I don't care how inviting they are. I don't care how much of the business, their business, that they choose to tell you.
I ain't gonna tell you nothing about
You don't do the same thing.
Nope.
The baby was crying, so she will be a part of this video now.
I ain't even noticed a baby
right
right
to
there.
get caught up in some bullshit at work is to become close and personal friends with your coworker.
Facts.
I'm gonna step it up a notch too and say this: becoming friends with your manager. Now, I will say this: every blue moon you will get lucky. I have been blessed with 2 women in my life that are still my friends to this day that were my managers.
Never, not once happened for me. I don't trust no manager, dog. Y'all was picked to be a manager for a damn reason, you goddamn bootlickers. I'm playing, dog. But nah, I ain't never befriended no damn manager. You the ops.
That is D and that is Stephanie. I love the both of you guys so much. Outside of them, horrible experiences with friendships at work and managers at work. You get to being way too close to your coworker or your manager, and it is almost guaranteed that you're gonna end up quitting. You're gonna end up getting fired, or they might end up getting fired. Because I never told you guys this story, and I'm not gonna go in too deep, but I will say it started off like, oh my God, she's gonna be like the mom of this job. She is amazing. She's great. She's calling me in her office. We are talking. And then things went left real quick. Biggest mistake I made with that manager is that I did not put boundaries up at the beginning. I let it all flow. I let her say and do whatever. I thought it was cool. I thought I could say this. I thought she could say that. I just let everything go. When she called me after work hours, I didn't put a hold to it. I didn't stop that. But when I finally got tired and irritated with certain things, everything hit the fan and it was bad. It was bad. Let's just say workplace retaliation is a real thing. Do not get it twisted. So the next time you start a job, I want you to be mindful of the boundaries that you have before you start getting real close with your coworker or your manager. Because I'm telling you, it can end so bad for you, especially female to female. Don't do it.
This is a
Hey man, I remember the day me and this one manager, that was the day it went downhill. Motherfucker asked me, do I have a girlfriend or do I have kids and all that kind of stuff? And I was like, bro, I really don't get into my personal business at work. The tone shift from that moment with me and this manager, dog, it was downhill from there. But like, why is me not wanting to tell you my personal business a problem? I wouldn't ask you about your damn personal business. I don't care.
reminder, the people that you work with are not your friends. Please be mindful of what you say and what you do around these people, okay? I am actually going through a lawsuit right now, and all the people that I was cool with and kikiing with and doing all these things with are now my ops. No, I'm good. Just keep your girl lifted in prayer. I'm absolutely fine. I'm not worried about it. I will keep you posted with details as the plot thickens. But just remember, the same people that you can be going to happy hour with or having a personal relationship with, that might just be intel to create a folder so when you have a situation, they use that to their advantage. So please be mindful of the people that you are talking to, especially the male sapiens. Be very, very careful. Okay.
Coworkers aren't friends. They're candidates for a long-term alliance. You're at work to determine which coworkers are to be upgraded from colleague to alliance member. Here's the rule. You don't add anyone on social media until you've witnessed them break company policy in front of you. That's how you know they're safe. If they microwave fish in the break room, they're just helping contribute war crimes against company morale. If they slip out early on Friday without clocking out, that's a bond that you have witnessed. If they openly ignore the mandatory HR webinar on workplace safety, congratulations, you found your ride or die. Until then, every handshake is just a ceasefire. Every smile is just customer service. You and the rest of the people at work aren't friends. You're coworkers under surveillance. Work friends aren't casual. They're treaties signed in the break room, sealed with mutually assured destruction.
Hey man, that nigga ain't lying. For real, bro. I gotta see you break a rule or two before we could be cool. Real talk, man. Straight up. And I damn sure ain't about to be friend the goody two shoes at work that love to kiss ass and bootleg. You the op for real.
Your coworkers are not your friends. You need to think very hard on what you want to share with your coworkers, because if anything was to happen and it was just you and them, they will throw you in.
Some people just sound like they always on the verge of crying.
I don't care how close you think you are to a coworker that you want to call them your best friend or whatever, but if push comes to shove, they will throw you under the bus. So you should never consider your coworkers your best friends, and you should always limit the amount of information that you share with them. So if you don't know how to separate your work life and your life, you are in for a big disappointment.
Now look, when I was when I used to work at the Golden Corral, me and this white dude named Roger, bro, we used to be some degenerates, dog. We'll go to this store called the Classic Chassis right behind Golden Corral on Williams Boulevard in Kenner, right? And we used to go and get like this big ass beer can. Like we'll split that bitch, like down mine, then he'll down the rest of it, right? We knew we could trust each other. We trying to get buzzed on the job. That was my dog, bro. And then another one of my partners, me and him used to go and, do something else. And like, that's still my dog to this day, bro. Like, I'm still on what the white dude with the beard, the bald head white dude said, bro. Like, it dawned on me, man. Most of my partners that I'm still cool with, we used to break the rules together at work. That's what it was. We built a camaraderie.
Coworkers are not your friends. Stop talking to them about your personal business or what you got going on in your life. Some people are monitoring spirits and they just want to know what you got going on to see if you're doing better than them. Don't tell your coworker you just got a new car or your boss, because your boss has power over you. Your boss could cut your hours right after you tell him you got a new car just to be on some hater shit.
Hey, bro, you know how many stories I've heard of people getting fired after they made an announcement like just bought a new home, just got a new car, just engaged, just got engaged. Whoo, they just want to see the world burn, bro. Imagine you just tell somebody, hey, man, look, me and my wife, we're expecting kids. Now that hating ass nigga won't fire you, bro. Like, that exists. Some people are just hateful.
That's how fucked up some of these people are in the head nowadays. You know what I mean? So I would be very careful with who you call friend at work, because
Thanks.
9 times out of 10, that friend would backdoor you to better their position at that job.
Yes.
One thing that I always knew to not do is to befriend people at work. And it's crazy because this dude, right, he always be trying to be cool with everybody. He be bringing donuts, doing all this, like trying to be like the supervisor pet. And I guess he had got into it with one of the guys that he thought he was cool with, I guess. Like, he ended up crashing his forklift into the other forklift, but somebody seen it, like a supervisor had seen it, so they had kind of, made it into like a little situation. So the dude that he had hit, like, he was like, oh, I did it on an accident, whoop whoop whoop. But the dude that he hit was basically kind of making it seem like he did it on purpose.
Oh.
And I guess he had told on him, and he didn't know that dude had told on him. That's why he had to write like some little forms or whatever. So he ended up finding out that he told on him, and he get to telling me, he like, yeah, bro, that's messed up. Bro gonna tell on me, trying to make me lose my job. And he like, yeah, bro, like, I done took him to the Mexican restaurant, bro, like, and bought him food, and, like, we done went out, and what. I'm like, I said, bro, that's what you kind of get for trying to be cool with everybody, bro, and you don't really know people. Because the dude was like, yeah, nigga, I told on you because I don't want to lose my job. So I guess he thought he was finna lose his job over the incident. So
I got a story for y'all after this.
I told on you. He like, I got kids and all. Whoop. So bruh really was kind of mad that he told on him, because I guess he felt like he did it on an accident. The other dude felt like he did it on purpose. But it's just funny because I'm like, bro, you be trying to be cool with everybody, doing all this, doing all that. Because he like, oh, I'm cutting bro off. I'm cutting bro. And I'm like, well, you should never even have been cool with everybody and trying to do certain stuff. People ain't finna be cool with you versus losing their job. Like, they finna get you up out of there, bro. Like, they not finna lose their job for it. So it's just like, I've always learned to never befriend people at jobs.
Now, look, the story I'm about to tell you, I'm gonna make it real short, bro. This happened at the Hilton Riverside Hotel in New Orleans in 2019. And the person who did it to me, his name is Randy. And it's important. I'm name dropping Randy because you was a BITCH. Now, what ended up happening is this, right? I used to be a server at this restaurant called Drago's and all that kind of stuff. So Randy is the highest position at the hotel. He's over everything. Randy used to come in there and eat with his wife and his 2 kids. They were small at the time too. And he would always personally request me to come and wait on him. I guess he liked the service, whatever. Cool. Fast forward a year or two, I'm a bartender now. And I done waited on this guy no less than 20 times. I thought he liked me. He was cool, whatever. I ended up getting into a little situation that was some bullshit, and I'm just knowing to myself, like, oh, I'm gonna make it through this because they told me in HR that Randy got the final say so. Oh, hearing that, I just knew my job was secure. Nah, Randy was the one that gave me the boot. Ugly ass wife, boy. If I knew he was gonna do some shit like that, bro, I would have messed over him. Oh man, if I had a crystal ball and know that was gonna be the one that signed my termination, boy, I'd have tried to hurt that man, bro, some kind of way, dog. Real talk. Randy, that's his name, bro. You could probably Google him. I ain't telling y'all go tell him, man, nothing, but I ain't telling no lies on this channel.
Learn to never befriend people at jobs.
The fakest friendships in life are the ones you have with your coworkers. I see this guy every day for the last 5 years. Every day we're speaking, we're talking about life, we're talking about everything. The moment I leave, or the moment he leaves, we never speak again. We never see each other again. We was only friends because we had to be friends. Everyone else was just a bit weirder than you were. You was all right.
If you want to keep your job, you need to understand this one thing. You do not have friends at work. Do not. Everybody fighting for their life over here. It's survival of the fittest for everybody. And the fittest mean the most nastiest, okay? The most conniving. So you got to be 007 on them chicks because they going to be 007 on you, all right? So I'm going to give you one piece of advice. When you get an email from anybody at work, you need to read that email and respond as if everybody, including the president, is blind copied on it. That's what you, even if it's from somebody that you think is your friend, if you want to save your job, because when people's livelihood is on the line, it's you that's on the line. Okay.
Hey, that's just like when y'all be in them streets, bro. Like, you think that's your partner for real, bro. When he facing 15 to 20 and he's, the reality and the gravity of the situation is starting to really set in, people gonna put themselves first, bro. I'm sorry, but 9 times out of 10, they gonna put themselves first.
Gonna lie, never get too close with your coworkers. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because when you get close with these coworkers, they get to know you, you get to know them, you know how they is, etc., how they operate. It's just then that one day, everything falls out. Y'all have an argument, y'all had a fallout. They will use shit that they know about you against you. And on top of that, they start acting funny, you know what I'm saying? You could have a hangout, link up, or you never heard from them or anything. That's when you know they're not your real friends, bro, at all. They're just coworkers to be cool with. Like, outside of this work shit, bro, they don't give a damn about you, man. So whenever you hear like a supervisor, manager, or any of your coworkers say, "Oh, we all are family," bullshit. Because if that was the case, we all would get along. Everybody would have heard from everybody. It would have been a solid friendship.
But family do each other dirty.
Have a solid friendship with a coworker, you can. It's possible, but watch out for those that are snakes. But really, for the most part, when you talk to these coworkers and you get to know them, you hang out with them, it's only really for that season. And when it's all said and done, you quit the job, you're not finna hear from these people ever again in your life.
I swear. Unless you follow them on IG or something.
Mom always told me, never go to work to make friends. Go there to make your money, pay your bills, and go home.
I had to learn very early in my work life that you can never be friends with people you work with. So one day I was just going up to the front to get my returns because I'm a stalker, and I was getting them. In the middle of that, there was a new employee that I saw. She was some sort of 5'2", 5 foot light skin or whatever, and then she was a new employee. She only been there for like 2 days. And right off rip, I could tell that she's the type that just go ahead and make work friends because she was trying to talk to everybody, including me. And when she was talking to me, look, I'm a laid back dude, so I was like, yo, what's good? How'd your few days working here? And that right there, that's where I messed up. Right off ripping the conversation, she was a little giggly, but I didn't really see that much of a big deal of it, so I just went back to my department and started stalking. Why my homeboy that I work with, he works at front end with her, came to me at lunch talking about some, bro, I think that new girl likes you. I was like, nah, man, she don't even know me like that, and plus, I'm not trying to date nobody from work. Fast forward to like my last 15 minutes, I saw her again, but this time she started acting a little too friendly. I went in the break room and I saw her right there, and she was like, come sit over here, so I sat across from her. We started chatting it up, blah, 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 and then she had asked me, what time do you get off? I said I get off at 11:30 and I got stuff to do after I leave. Why? Why the hell she had said, meet me when you get off work? Then she gave me her Instagram and told me to text her when I'm finna get ready to leave. And bro, I'll tell you this right now. When it was time for me to go, I dipped. She got mad at me the next day, but I didn't care because, bro, I just wanted to get my check and leave. I don't got time for the nonsense.
While I'm thinking about it, if you have a coworker,
hey, I ain't mad at you, boy,
complaining about your job, all the normal stuff, and they're encouraging you to speak up about y'all's issues, tell them to do it. They'll say they'll have your back and you should do it. Tell them to do it because they're not going to have your back when it comes down to it. Just tell them to do it. Do not do that. You will find out the hard way.
Never get too comfortable with your coworkers. I wouldn't go as far as saying never trust them. But if you're ambitious, especially if you're ambitious and you've got things going on outside of your work that could potentially replace your job, keep your mouth shut. The moment you open your mouth, you are going to ruin the relationships with your coworkers. That's probably going to force you out of the job. I learned this lesson when I was 19 years old working in retail. I had a friend, let's call him John for the sake of conversation. When you're working in retail, you have all types of people around you. Young, old, ambitious, not ambitious, people that have given up on themselves. You have to be very careful about what you tell these people. But I had a friend at that time, call him John. Me and John used to talk about anything and everything. Football, sports, games, women, anything. We were good friends to the point where we used to have conversations on WhatsApp. 9 months in, everything was going well. He would cover for me when I would call in sick. If I came late, he would make an excuse for me. He literally had my back. Then I had a conversation with him. Relationship never was the same after that. I told him about what I was doing to make money. At that time, I was in copywriting and I just landed a role that was paying me more than I was earning at that retail job. He's 28, 29 years old, been working in retail for the last 10 years at the same company. I thought he would have been happy. Yo, you're young, you just landed this role, it's about 33K a year, happy. He stayed quiet. I didn't perceive it because I wasn't socially aware. From that point onwards, anytime I would come late, he would try to get me in trouble. If I wasn't doing what I was meant to be doing, he would micromanage me, and he was like an assistant manager. And then I realized after a while, why is he being like this? Until it dawned on me that I opened my mouth and I told him about my ambition. Then word went round in the store that I had another job and I was planning to leave. And from that point onwards, moral of the story, don't open your mouth to your coworkers because you don't know their situation and you don't know their intention. You think they are your friends because you have mutual interests based on superficial things. You don't know people's intentions. I wouldn't go as far as saying don't trust any coworker, but really and truly keep your ambitions to your chest.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. For the most part, whenever I had a job, people really liked me. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I was one of them type of people you would be glad that I'm on your shift because we gonna have a good time. I'm a funny person naturally. You know, I'm hard working too on top of that. I'm a strong worker. But man, in 2015, I told some people that I was doing real estate investing. Like, I was starting to do it. And then I closed my first deal and I showed one person at my job, you know, because he had been interested in what I had going on. And Ben, I showed that man my first check, bro. I swear his whole tone changed. And then other people started knowing what I was doing when I only told him. And that really hurt me for the simple fact. I'm like, damn, dog, I thought, man, you was cool. Why you? All right, cool. And then with the YouTube stuff, like around 2021, I told people that I had like 15, 20,000 subs on YouTube. And man, oh man, he must be getting a lot of money because he got all those subs. I wasn't making shit, but I just noticed the tone in which people started to take with me after they found out that my life just didn't revolve around this workplace and that I had bigger and better dreams. Boy, that's all I'm gonna say, man. Keep your business to yourself, dog. People are not happy for you. Straight up. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one.